Okay, so I just came from a car show just to, partly because I love car shows. My dad was and is super into cars. He's been building cars since the calendar doesn't even go back that far. But so I've always been really enamored with the idea of cars, but there was this switch of understanding that I've had when it comes to car shows in particular, because if we really think about it, cars are one of the most depreciative assets that we can have. You buy a car, you drive it, and then it starts to depreciate in its value. Like, you pay $20,000 for a car, but the more and more you drive it, the more and like the less and less it's going to be worth. And so when people invest their money into that, some could view that there's no return on investment, right? You enter these car shows and yeah, you might win a prize, but maybe it's like $1,000. Even if it's $10,000, it's definitely not going to pay the amount that people put into it. And it really got me thinking about doing things without the need of a return on investment. Now, this is a big topic. For a Capricorn moon who only likes doing things, I'm just gonna say it, who genuinely appreciates doing things. I have a crystal in here. Nature's pockets. To do things for a return on investment, to do things for money, to do things for some type of attention, for some type of opportunity, for some type of feedback, right? But when we think about this type of situation with cars and even art in some manners, because people can make art and never want to sell them. People can make the most beautiful, most detailed, long time happenings. Like, someone could have spent so long on making a piece of art and never want to sell it. And the question is, what is the return on the investment that you had? This last society was built on the idea that return on investment is something that you can have that is tangible, something that you can see, something that you can feel, something you could sign a contract for. But what if it's just the feeling of expressing? It's the feeling of using your art the way you want to use it, no matter who believes in it or not. And so being in that environment was actually incredibly healing for me, because I went to go see an artist that I am like quite obsessed with. Her name is Andrea Daniela, and the crispness of her vocals, the strength of her presence, like everything all together, all included, I was like, I'm gonna go see her. And I got here a little late, so I think I was only able to see like 4 of her songs. And I danced. I was the only one dancing. I was dancing, honey. I was a dancing royalty today. And then I went and saw the cars, and then I was like, I'm kind of ready to go home. And I was like, but I just spent $20. And I just drove 45 minutes in Houston. Why would I go home already? I haven't even met people. I haven't even done this. I haven't even done that. I haven't even done that. What if there's someone here who could give me a job? What if there's someone here who could make me a star? What if yada, yada, yada? First of all, I'm already a star. I don't need anything to externally validate that. But I was seeking and asking myself more. So I was more so asking myself, what type of return on investment am I going to take? And I think what that answer actually is yes, I spent, $20 in a 45-minute drive on a 45-minute experience, but I had a great time. And I got to understand this non-reciprocal energy of when you pour into you, you can pour into everything else. I think this person's trying to, I'm going to be nice, and I'm actually going to let this person take my spot because I see them struggling. So it must be a tight spot. Let me help you, girl. Let me help you. I can drive a little farther because I'm already done with the event. Oh, I think someone's gonna take that spot. All right, that wasn't meant to be. See, sometimes I gotta stop stepping in to help because that didn't work out the way I thought it was. But maybe that goes along with the message. It's not about what you get in return. It's not about like, you know, oh, what's gonna happen now that I've done this thing. It's just, here's what it is. And here's what it is without expectation. Here's what it is without worry. Here's what it is without the feeling of like, who's gonna benefit from my decision. Can't worry about that. Granted, I'd love to. I love to worry about how I'm helping people or not helping people. But sometimes it's just kind of impossible. I can only do what I can do. I can only make the most out of my own situation. And if I feel okay, if I feel satiated after attending an event, even for 45 minutes, even if I invested time, money, and gas into being somewhere, what I get in return is this feeling of I don't need to prove myself. Because everyone who's built their cars in there, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people who built their cars in there probably know that they're not going to get anything back in return, but they do it anyways, and they do it because they love it. They do it because they feel that their time spent creating that is better than taking that time to destroy things in their lives, whether that is people's feelings or emotions or places, or, you know, I'm mentioning war without mentioning war. And that feeling of creation kind of filled up my cup more than if I'm just wandering around here endlessly for a couple of hours, just like waiting to make eye contact with enough people to imprint on them to let them know, like, hey, I am open for opportunities. You know, the universe knows, like, whatever is in the universe, whatever is meant for me is going to be for me, and I'm open to that. And I think energetically that is enough for me to really find my own peace without the obvious return on investment that's coming. And maybe that's another level, because you have a return on investment and then you have the not so obvious return on investments. And that's really where I'm sitting with as someone who really enjoys the tangible, who really enjoys seeing the proof in the pudding of why things are good for me or why I'm benefiting from something. There is the level of the return on investment that just dives deeper. It lives longer than something that is going to be money or anything like that. So yeah, I would also really like a queer car show. I don't think that that's too much to ask. I really don't. The universe? Because it was fun. It's just very machismo. It's very like, I don't know. Maybe it was me too, but like, I just didn't really feel like a lot of people were like making eye contact or like smiling too much. Also like a vendor. I don't know. Just the energy is always interesting on a car show. That's why I really like really, really big car shows, or like, I don't know. I want to see the art. And I think even just being like a presenting woman who doesn't know that much about cars, just like that fear of being mansplained to always kind of sits with me as well. So it could be me. I could be kind of shutting out some energy but my intuition knows. If my intuition is like, I don't really feel like talking, or I don't really feel like this, then I'm gonna go ahead and trust that. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go relax, and I'm really, really proud of myself from being a hermit crab. Literally, like, not getting out of the house for like almost anything, not talking to people. Now it's like, oh, I found a new favorite artist, and I'm outside. I'm outside. And even if nothing comes from this, I feel inspired, and that is enough for me. All right, till next time. Bye.